Hey everyone, Nicole here, and this is Module 3 called I Have All These Orders, Now What? We have an entire video dedicated on how to place an order, so it's step by step, screen by screen, where to press, how to submit your order back in My Sales. So I'll link that link to that video in the comments of this video so that you can access that when you're ready to actually place your first order. And in this video, we're going to be talking about placing orders, commission, the Tupperware card, host rewards, and why we need to date two parties. And so a quick tip about placing orders is, generally speaking, we're charged an extra $10 shipping fee when we put an order in that's under $100. So what we want to do is we want to be collecting orders from our customers and collect them all together and submit that as one big order instead of submitting each individual order on its own, if that makes sense. So now in terms of commission, we get 25% commission on what we sell. And for easy math, if your customer gives you a $100 order, then they pay you $100 cash. When you go to put that order into your My Sales, you're going to actually pay Tupperware $75. And you're going to keep that $25 cash. So it's going to come up that your total owing to Tupperware is $75. You're going to pay them that $75, and you're going to keep your commission in hand right then. So now on the other hand, if all orders are paid by credit card, so in the same example, if this customer ordered $100 worth of Tupperware, they paid on their credit card. When you get to the end screen in your My Sales, it'll say that you have an overpayment refund of $25, and that means that Tupperware owes you your commission because you don't have any cash to do that. So Tupperware owes you that $25 commission, and they're going to pay you on Tupperware's payday, which happens one time per month. They're going to send you a check in the mail for that commission, unless if you have the Tupperware card, and that's what I'm going to talk about next, then that commission gets directly deposited into your bank account. So the next topic is the Tupperware card. So you can sign up to get a Tupperware card. It's a free card, and it links to your bank account. So I recommend opening a separate bank account for this specifically, and customers can pay you cash, check, email transfer into this bank account, just at your regular bank, into your bank account, and you pay Tupperware directly from that bank account, from the money that's in there, by using this number on your Tupperware card at your end screen. You pay Tupperware directly from your bank account using your Tupperware card. And so for using that same example of a $100 order, your customer pays you $100 e-transfer or cash or check, and you put it into your bank account. When it comes to that end screen, you're going to pay Tupperware using this card, this number, that $75 amount. And your $25 commission is going to stay in your account right there. I like it because it keeps your commission earnings very clear. You know that the money that's left over in that account is your commission. One important thing to note is that Tupperware takes the payments out of your bank account about 3 to 5 business days after the day that you submit the order. My favorite thing about the Tupperware card is that you earn points when you use it. So every single time you use it to pay for your orders, you're going to collect points, and you can redeem those points for a package of free catalogs and sale flyers, or a package of tiny treasures. And there's a video that I have explaining about how to redeem your points and how to check your points, and that's on TupperwareFreedom.com. So I'll link that video as well. Commission is a really confusing topic for most new people to understand, and a lot of people get confused that we keep our commission right as soon as we place our order. We have the commission in hand, and you're only ever going to get an actual check from Tupperware on payday once a month, or the direct deposit into your account. If you have the Tupperware card, you're only going to get paid by Tupperware on Tupperware payday once a month if, number one, everybody on that order that you submitted paid by their credit card, and it came up at the end screen, overpayment refund of X amount of dollars. That will be paid to you by Tupperware on Tupperware payday. So that's number one. Number two is if you're a manager or higher and you get paid a percentage of your team sales, then that will be paid to you by Tupperware on Tupperware payday. Number 3 is if you have the paid Tupperware website and one of your customers orders directly from your URL, your website, and they have their order directly shipped to them, then your 25% commission off of that order that Tupperware owes you will get paid to you by Tupperware on Tupperware Payday once a month. Or number 4, if you earned a volume bonus, so that means if you submitted over $1,800 in sales in 1 month, then Tupperware owes you a $50 cash bonus. And every $600 on top of that $1,800, you get another $50 cash bonus. And so those volume bonuses are paid to you once a month on Tupperware's Payday, either into your account if you have your Tupperware card, or they'll mail you a check if you do not. Otherwise, for all other instances, you keep your commission right then as soon as you submit your order, and that's really confusing for some people to understand. The example that I used about the $100 order was just for easy math, but typically, like I was saying in the beginning, is you're going to want to collect all orders from your customers and submit them all together as one big order. And the reason for that is if you don't have a host, like I said, if you're just collecting orders from people, if you don't actually have a party that happened, you just have people that you're collecting orders from, when your total reaches over $225 in sales, you're going to qualify for host rewards. If you don't have a host, then you become the host and you get those host rewards. So it's in your best interest to collect orders and submit them all together as one big party. And what I said at the beginning about an order being submitted under $100 gets an extra $10 shipping fee. Now, that's generally speaking, yes, but there's a couple of instances where you can avoid that. And one of those is if you create a non-party and you're putting in only sample codes. So only sample codes in a non-party, you can put in like a $5 order and you're not going to get that extra $10 shipping fee. That's the only way that I know of. So the next thing I'm going to tell you about is the host rewards. So on this page in your catalog, it might be different depending on when you're watching this video, but when your party reaches $225 in sales, you get to choose one of these items for free, or your host gets to choose one of these items for free. Now that's actually going to charge you about $5. It'll come off a little fee that you pay, and I'm not sure why that is, but it's always been like that we actually pay out of our commission for these date and hold gifts. So the next level is this level here on the chart, and that's when your party reaches $325 in sales, then you earn 10% back in host rewards. So it tells you that there. So a $325 party is going to give you $32 in host rewards, one half price item. And those rewards can only be used from this main catalog, not from the sale flyers. They also cannot choose this purchase with purchase item at the back of the catalog for their half price or their free item. And again, with your free host credit or your half price items, you cannot choose the fundraising item. There's usually a few fundraising items in your catalog. You cannot choose those with your host rewards either. But what you can do is you have a, let's say, $32 towards any items in this book. So what you can do is you could actually choose this item here, which is $36, and you could take your $32 in credit off of that price and just pay the difference. Or you can add a bunch of littler items together. For instance, this one here that is $12. You could add a bunch of those on, and it would take $32 off of that. The $600 mark is the next level up, and so then you earn 15% back in host credits. And so at a $600 party, your host is going to earn $90 in free host credit and 2 half-priced items. And further, at an $1,100 party, that's the next level, you earn 20% of your sales back in host rewards and 3 half-price items. So an $1,100 party gets you $220 in host credit and 3 half-price items. There are also host gift specials in the catalog and in the sale flyer. They're always different. And so, for example, in this one here, it is for a $600 party and 2 datings, you can choose this big value set, which is valued at $224, and it's only going to cost you $90 in your host credit. And so one thing that's confusing is people sometimes think that they get to choose this and they still get their host credit. But it's actually costing them $90 of their host credit, and from a $600 party, that's what you would get in host credit, remember I said before. So it's going to be using all of your host credit to go towards this big value set here, valued at $224 if your host chooses that. Now they can only choose that if they have the 2 datings as well. And what that 2 datings means is 2 people at their party have to date a party for them to qualify to get that big value set. And of course they want that big value set, so they're going to work really hard for those datings. And so what we do is we have to enter those dates and those names into our My Sales, and then it qualifies them to get that big host gift special. And sometimes there's something called a host bonus, and that is, let's say at a $350 party, they could get this product here. If they had a $350 party and 2 datings, they could get this product here for $49 copay, and that's called a host bonus. So that's on top of their host rewards, not using anything to do with their host rewards. As long as they qualify for the host bonus, they get that additionally, and there's usually a copay that goes along with that. There isn't one right now for me to use a current example, but we sometimes see that as well. And so back in your My Sales, when you're actually putting those host rewards in, there's a little drop down for free Tupperware. That's using your free host rewards. For half price items, so that's whatever you want to be half price, there's a drop down for host gift special, which is what I talked about. That's that, like that $600 and 2 datings. You use your host credits to get the big value set. And there's also a drop down for host bonus items, and that's what I just explained there. So that's what they mean on that host rewards screen of your My Sales when you're actually putting them in. And you have to apply your host credits in that party that you're submitting, or you don't get them. You can't do it at a later date. You have to submit them all into that party that you're doing right now. And so the next question is, why do we need those 2 datings? What purpose does that serve? And that's because you in your business, you want 2 parties booked from every party that you have to keep your date book full and to keep your momentum moving forward. And continually, you're going to meet new customers and you're going to build your customer base. So that's so important, those 2 datings. And dating those parties at a party is the easiest way to date your parties, because all those friends, they want to help their friend who is the host get the most rewards she can get. So they're going to want to help her out and book those parties with you. So I hope you learned a little bit about placing orders, how commission works, the Tupperware card, host rewards, and why we need 2 parties dated to qualify for the host gift specials. So thank you for watching, and tune in to module number 4.